Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. I have you in a little bit of a different location because I have just been filming. I'm doing some batch filming and I've been sitting on the floor too long. So we are still in my office. You still get a view of my bookshelves back there. Let me see if I can... Does that help? I'm trying to get as much natural light in here. Anyway, I'm still figuring out lighting, sound, all the things in the new house. I haven't filmed much in this new house, and I've lived here for a year. We are sitting at my desk and my bookshelves are right behind me, so if you are someone that I work with and you do Zoom appointments with me, this is what your background is. But anyways, I wanted to come back and film another video today. I just wanted to get off the floor, and I wanted to talk about the books that I currently have checked out on my Kindle Unlimited. My Kindle is... like, I have a video of like me buying the Kindle, and it's a hugely popular video. Like, I literally have no idea why, because I don't do any tech reviews or anything like that. It's just my experience like using the Kindle. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. It's definitely the most popular video on my channel by far, which is crazy. But it wasn't until like last year and this year that I really started utilizing the Kindle to, I think, its full potential. As I said, the Kindle Unlimited subscription has been really great for me in terms of like me discovering a lot of the subgenres of romance and me doing a lot of exploration and figuring out what are the things that I like in this genre. I just got done filming and posting my historical romance like paperback haul. So I know I like historical, but there's just like, for me, contemporary books are so much harder for me to find things that I thoroughly enjoy. And this is just like a no stakes, low stakes kind of environment for me. So the first book, oh yeah, this one does sound good. This is Indigo Ridge, written by Devney Perry. So this is the first book in the Edens series, and it looks like it's going to be a 5-book series. And this is a small town enemies to lovers romance. I have had success with small town romances, and that is through Elsie Silver. So I hope that by trying a different author in small town, this could be something that I also pick up on. I did really enjoy the setting of the small town in Chestnut Springs series. So this one takes place in Montana. So Winslow Covington believes in life, liberty, and the letter of the law. As Quincy, Montana's new police chief, she's determined to prove herself to the community and show them she didn't earn her position because her grandfather is the mayor. Ooh, I love it. According to her pops, all she has to do is earn favor with the Edens. But winning over the town's founding family might have been easier if not for her one-night stand with their oldest son. Oh, ooh, I love it. So he's kind of like small town royalty. She's trying to prove herself as this like strong, independent heroine. Ooh, that does sound good. And I think, was it Jasper Vale? That's like a popular book that I've been seeing on several booktube videos. I think that's in this series. So this is book number 1 of that series. Gosh, I just got done with a historical romance and I'm currently in the middle of a fantasy romance. And I think after that, then I want to rotate back to contemporary and just kind of like keep that rotation going to see what I like. So maybe this will be the winner that I end up choosing. Okay, and then the next book that I have is also by Devney Perry. It's a different series of hers, and that is Steel King. It is the first book in the Clifton Forge series. Now, I specifically put this one on my TBR for Kindle Unlimited because it's a motorcycle club. I think, what was it, in my January wrap-up video, I had the Hades Hangman series in there, and I was exploring dark romance, I was exploring motorcycle club romance, and Hades Hangman, I don't think is a series that I'm going to keep going on through like book 8. I think I'm done with the first 3 books. That seems to be like a good stopping point. I know there's some characters in there that I really did fall in love with, and I know that they eventually get their own book, but it just... the plot isn't strong enough to carry me through to those, which is a shame because I did really like some of those smaller characters. So this one, Steel King Clifton Forge, so it is a Clifton Forge Montana motorcycle club, and they've actually shut down. They've ripped off their patches. See, they've locked their clubhouse doors. Okay. There's more happening at the club's garage than muscle car restorations and Harley rebuilds. Bryce. Her instincts are screaming there's a story, one that she's going to tell. That's right. As the new owner of the small town's newspaper, Bryce is hungry for more than birth announcements and obituaries. When a woman is brutally killed and all signs point to the club, Bryce is determined to expose the members and their leader, Kingston Slater, as murderers. Yes, that's why I put this one on the list. There was some intrigue in here, there was some murder going on, and it was a motorcycle romance. And I think I said this in my January wrap-up, I like Sons of Anarchy. So I've been trying to find like a motorcycle club romance that kind of gives me the Sons of Anarchy vibes without being, excuse me, without being like a blatant copycat of Sons of Anarchy. And I'm talking like the son of the club leader. I'm talking female doctor in the town. I know there's a couple of motorcycle club series in there. And I don't want an exact copy of Sons of Anarchy, but I want a good motorcycle club romance. It just turns out I'm into that. Okay, next book on the list. Oh yes, this one. This is Brutal Prince, written by Sophie Lark. This is an enemies to lovers mafia romance. I want to try some mafia romance. This is definitely something that I have yet to explore, but I think if I can find the right one, I think I would like it. Because I like danger, I like a little bit of darkness. There's a lot that I can handle in terms of triggers. There's not a lot that I won't, that's like a really hard no for me. So I think mafia romance could be like up my alley, which is why I have it checked out. And everybody points to Sophie Lark as a really good option. Sophie Lark also has Anastasia. I don't think it's in my Kindle Unlimited. I think I like actually bought that Kindle version of the book. And so she just seems to me to be like an author that I should be giving a try at the very least, because there's two totally separate types of romances that I have my eyes on. And yeah, why not? Okay, let's read this. The Griffins and the Gallows have been battling for control of Chicago's underworld for generations. Stave off an all-out war. Her father arranges a marriage. Okay, so it's definitely like a legit enemies to lovers. And I'm getting Romeo and Juliet from that, which is a classic for a reason. Then the next book I have checked out is Children of Fallen Gods. This is by Carissa Broadbent. This is book number 2 of the War of Lost Hearts. I do have a physical copy, and I'm just kind of going back and forth between physical copy and ebook copy. So let's see. This is the world. I forget the name of the world, but we follow a former slave. When she became free, she sought out refuge in the towers and refuge from the order, and there are these magic users, and she wants to train herself to be able to utilize the powers that she has had all along but doesn't quite know how to wield them. So this is book number 2 in that series, and I'm not too far along with it because I actually, as of filming this, I started it last night, so I'm only like 10% of the way through. But we've already been introduced to a whole new set of characters, and I'm really intrigued. Like, of course, we're still following along with Tisana. That's the main character. But now we've been introduced to another part of the world that we didn't have before. So I really like kind of where this is going. So yeah, that one, of course, it's on my Kindle Unlimited. The next one, I don't remember a lot about why I decided. It was on one of their recommendation videos. I think it was, oh, hey, it's Michelle. Like, she was ranking videos from dark, like in like categories of dark romance. So this is Lord of London Town, written by Tilly Cole. And Tilly Cole did write Hades Hangman. Okay, so this is me giving Tilly Cole another chance then, because this is going to be a dark romance taking place in London. Feared crime family in London. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to give Tilly Cole another try. I think for Tilly Cole's like dark radar, dark level, she seems to be someone that like people are like, they're either a fan of her books or she just goes a little too far for them personally. And they're like, I think I've read what I need to read from Tilly Cole. So I'm willing to give her another chance, because like I said, there were characters in the Hades Hangman series that I enjoyed. Not so much the plot. The Kings of Kearney, a steamy MC romance by Navisa Allen. And this looks like it's maybe a standalone Texas town motorcycle romance. And again, I'm trying to find some motorcycle romance books that are not straight copies of Sons of Anarchy, but still give me good characters, good amount of danger, that sort of thing. So that's why I ended up checking this book out. The next book I have is Twisted Love, a brother's best friend romance written by Anna Huang. This is the first book in the Twisted series. I see a lot of people mention Anna Huang, and I don't know that brother's best friend is something that I'm into. I have a brother who's very close in age to me, and while I had crushes on his friends, I never had that big of a crush on any of his friends though. Interesting. Okay, so this follows a young woman who, like, she's like at school or in a new city. They're in a new city, I think. And brother, like, commands his best friend, like, watch out for my sister kind of situation. But I don't think he does a very good job of it. Okay, this cover, all right, please don't judge me, but I feel like this is a very safe place. The next book is The Words by Ashley Jade. This is a standalone. It's a rock star romance. An enemies to lovers romance is what the tagline is. And so I think it's like a friend who, no, not a friend, because it's not a friends to lovers, it's enemies to lovers. Like old acquaintances kind of situation. And this is a rock star romance where he's like on a bad path, and she's there to kind of sort things out, is what I think the synopsis is. But the part where I said, don't judge me, and this is so tragic, like, don't judge me, but this is also so tragic when you think about what happened to this person. Doesn't the cover guy look like Aaron Carter? Doesn't he? So to me, I'm kind of like putting these like Aaron Carter associations, and maybe Ashley Jade was inspired by the life of Aaron Carter. The fact that this book deals with like heavy drug use and the musician aspect. I wonder if Ashley Jade has ever said who she was inspired by, because the cover model is giving me major Aaron Carter vibes, and which is very tragic in terms of it, which is his life ended in a great tragedy. So I hope that this book has a happier ending than that. And that's why I checked it out. It just like was like interesting enough for me to pick it up, and I don't have any rockstar romances that I've read yet. My next book, The Fine Print, Dreamland Billionaires, book number 1 by Lauren Asher. I don't know anything about this book, but it is getting major hype right now. Like, everybody is reading Dreamland Billionaires. I see The Fine Print everywhere. And the next book, the one with the green cover. Dreamland Billionaires, bestseller in multicultural and interracial romance. I didn't know that. Rowan and Zara. Rowan inherited this 5-star hotel and park. I'm into it. I could get into it, especially a billionaire romance. Like, as not great of writing as the 50 Shades trilogy was, I loved me some Christian Grey. I love the aspect of, like, you have this billionaire who wants to take care of you. So maybe that's kind of the vibe that this one's going for. I'm not sure. But basically, I only checked it out because everybody's talking about it. But the next book is a Kennedy Ryan book, and this is the next Kennedy Ryan book that I want to give a try. I'm 2 for 2 right now, where I DNF 2 of Kennedy Ryan's books, and I have like slam dunk 5-star. And so I'm really interested to see the direction that this one will go. So the Kingmaker is a Kingmaker duology, I think. I don't know if it's going to be any more books than that. But it follows the story of a young woman who's, I believe, a Native American indigenous woman in the United States fighting for the rights of her people and her land to not have a pipeline go through it, which is a very, very real topic that's going on right now. And I actually feel a little bit of a connection to what's going on with that, because I know several people from the area that the pipeline is going through in North Dakota. I just remember those stories coming in and trickling in. And the male hero in the book ends up being the son of the oil company who is actually trying to put the pipeline in. And I watched a Kennedy Ryan interview, and they did talk about this one. No spoilers or anything, but this one was also like Kennedy Ryan did her best to bring so much life to the experiences of these indigenous women to the page. And from what I have discovered in the Hoops trilogy, I think she can knock that out of the park. because I felt such a strong connection to Iris, and I felt such a strong connection to her cousin. Gosh, I can't remember her cousin's name right now. And then their connection to the Bayou and their connection to their Cajun ancestry and their Voodoo ancestry. And so I think she can do it with this one. Like, I'm not nervous in the least bit for her to tackle such a sensitive subject. I just know that those books like kicked the crap out of me, so I need some time and I need to be in the mood for these ones, but I'm not planning on getting rid of these ones anytime soon. And then in a more lighthearted feel, I have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. So this is book number 1 of the Gold Rush Ranch series, which is her prequel series, but like companion series to Chestnut Springs. So I don't think this book follows the sister, maybe it does, but the sister of the Eaton family is one of the books in Gold Rush Ranch. And they take place in 2 very separate areas of Canada. And I think, like, I'm glad I started with Chestnut Springs because that, like, more like ranch land, homeland was more my vibe. This one is going to be more in the world of like sport equestrian racing, which is not something I'm super familiar with, but I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. So it's kind of like a little bit more, you get the elitism, I think, of the horse world in this book. And I'm looking forward to this series. So I don't know, maybe that'll be my next contemporary, like fun, lighthearted, when I want something lighthearted. This is a small town enemies to lovers romance for this book. This next book, I don't know a lot about it. Emma Hamm, Heart of the Fae, A Beauty and the Beast retelling, The Otherworld, book number 1. It looks like there's 6 books in this series. This seemed like an intriguing fantasy romance. And even though it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I feel like Beauty and the Beast retellings are really overdone. It seems like there's some Celtic inspiration. So I feel like this one's maybe a little, like a newer twist to it. And I enjoy Celtic mythology. I enjoy historical romance with Scottish Highlanders, and we'll see what this one's, when I end up picking up this one, but this one could be fun. This is definitely one that I've kept on my Kindle Unlimited checkout list for a while, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. And then the final book that I have on my KU list, this is A Dance with the Fave Prince, Married to Magic series, book number 2, written by Elise Kova. So I have read Deal with an Elf King. That was the first one. And I read that last year as a part of like my big exploration of fantasy romance. And that was a very lukewarm book for me. So I've been hesitant to pick up book number 2. And I think there's maybe 3 or 4 books out now. I know there's like an elf or a vampire lord book. Basically, in this magical world, we have the elves who are like numero uno, hold all the power. Then we have the fae, then we have the vampires. And so there's more creatures in this world. They're all companion novels, like following different couples and different characters. So I'm just not sure who the couple is in this one. I just know that Deal with an Elf King was pretty mediocre for me. There was like one character that I enjoyed who wasn't even a human character. So, you know, that stands with basically everything that I love, non-human characters. But it's been checked out for a long time. I think because I started the series, I just want to get through it. And who knows, maybe I'll find something that I like. I just know that the first one wasn't my favorite. All right, we did it. Kindle Unlimited, like I said, has been playing a huge part in my reading this year, and actually the majority of the books that I have read this year have been from Kindle Unlimited. So I hope you enjoyed this list. Let me know what you have checked out from Kindle Unlimited, or let me know if you've read any of these titles and what you thought of them. I'd love to keep the conversation going. If you want to follow me on my social media, I'm on Twitter and Instagram. It's at whatcassread, the same as this channel, so it should be super easy for you to find. And then, of course, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye.